So I practice exclusively in the area of labor and employment law, and it was an area that I was interested in very early on. I actually, in my undergraduate degree, did a specialty in labor management relations, and was fortunate enough to take a course from the late Honorable Randy Eklund, and he really inspired in me that interest in the area, and I went on to complete an MBA LLB degree that really allowed me to specialize in the area by taking courses in human resources and organizational behavior on the business side and labor and employment law on the legal side, and came out of that. And I think one of the main reasons I was interested in the area is really the human element. Always interested in disputes where an employee's conduct or entitlements are at the center of it, which is something that I think makes it fairly unique. And the other thing too is that it's an area where there's lots of variety. Every day is different, and it's interesting and challenging, and that's one of the reasons that I really like practicing in the area. What I value the most highly in my practice, in a nutshell, would have to be my colleagues and my clients. And I've been honored to practice with some excellent lawyers, both at my firm, past and present, and on the other side of files. The employment law bar is a very collegial bar, and I've developed friendships and certainly had great professional relationships outside the firm, but within the firm as well. You know, the lawyers that I practice with are really practicing at the top of their profession, and they're great examples and mentors to people like myself and younger people coming up through the ranks as well. On the client side, I've been really fortunate to have fantastic clients, and to me this is really about acting as the trusted advisor. And when you get to that point where clients call on you when they have really difficult problems that they need resolved and want to work through those problems with you, and you're able to do that and give them what they need and create a great result, that's one of the more satisfying aspects of the practice to me. What has been the pinnacle of my career so far? I think that's a difficult question to answer. Certainly publishing the text that Randy Eklund and I published together, Quitting for Good Reason, was something that I'm very proud of. Becoming a partner at BLG is another one of those things, but it's difficult to pin it down to one particular event or file. I think probably it's those moments where you've worked really hard with a client on a file and given some really smart strategic advice, and things go your way and you get a really good result. And I can think of a few files in particular. Those are things that I remember and that I sort of strive for in my everyday practice. You are responsible for your career. You're responsible for going out there. There's lots of opportunities out there to learn and to develop expertise and to build relationships in your profile, but you have to go out and get those opportunities and take them and make them what you want them to be, and really be responsible for your career. So that would be the first one, and I think I've been fortunate enough to have great mentors who have given me the confidence to go and do that. The second piece of advice would be that a career in law is a marathon and not a sprint. And so when you're faced with challenges or disappointments, you have to put it in that perspective. And you really need to have some patience. So I act for an inner city Toronto arts camp that provides camp experience to disadvantaged children. And I also have for many, many years been a speaker and a volunteer at the Ontario Camps Association conferences and so on. And so I think from a professional level, I've sort of learned what the camp experience means to children. But on a personal level, also being a mother of two children, I can see that it's an important childhood experience. It helps them develop confidence and friendships. And when I was asked to provide pro bono advice to this camp, I think I thought about all of those things when the request was made, and I of course said yes. I was very honored to be a part of it, and I am today still honored to be a part of it, and I think it's a way of giving back to the community.